Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh yeah, tables and stuff.
Yeah, building beds and tables and jumping on them. I like it. I don't
care to elaborate, or is that the end of the statement?
Because I'm still pretty early on.
Okay.
I beat like a dungeon and like the first major boss.
Okay.
It's a very good classic-ish Zelda style game, like top-down Zelda. Mm-hmm. And it really, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this game because it's such a different game, but the same formula at the same time. Obviously, for people who know, you play as Zelda. Finally, they did the thing. You're playing as the title character. Mm-hmm. And it starts with Link fighting Ganon, and Ganon pulls him down into this other world, and now you have to be Zelda and save him. Mm-hmm. And I like how it starts because if you remember during the trailer on the Direct, they show Link and he's fighting Ganon, and you think that's like a cutscene. Mm-hmm. But when the game starts, you're Link.
Oh shit!
So you get to be Link, and he has like, they do the for people who know Castlevania Symphony of the Night on PS1. That game starts and you're Simon, but you're not Simon that whole game. But the Simon you are, he's like maxed out health. He's like super strong. You start as Link, all these hearts. You got all his items like bombs, arrows. It's dope. You're wearing like this cloak. It's a very cool version of Link. I'm like, they should do a 3D one with this Link. He's like a boss.
I want that.
Right. So, and you can like, top-down Zelda was notorious where there was no jump. Mm-hmm. You're just walking around or whatever, but there's a jump button now. So now I'm jumping, like coming down with my sword. I'm like, yo, this is a very dope twist on old Zelda. So then you get to Ganon, and I'm fighting Ganon, and it, you feel so powerful, which is how they get you. Because then
they rip it all away.
Yeah, you beat Ganon, and then Ganon pulls you down, and like only a sword is left, and then Zelda gets out. And you pick the sword up, and then she has like this wand thing you eventually find. But then you walk out into the world, kind of how they did on Breath of the Wild, where you come out of the cave and the whole world opens up to you. Mm-hmm. You come out of this area she's in, this dungeon, and then you see everywhere that you have to explore. And then you get locked into this. I'm not going to give the story away, but you end up locked away, and you find this other creature named Tri who follows you and also becomes like your wand or whatever.
Okay.
And
then you build tables like IKEA.
You get, what are they called? I think echoes. Obviously, it's in the name. You can echo items. So like you're locked in this cell, and you see a table sitting there, and then they teach you how to like make duplicates of items, and you can copy items. So any enemy you defeat, not any item, but a lot of items in this game, you can just walk up to, add it to your inventory of echoes that you know how to make now. So now like my inventory is full of tables, trees, chairs, beds, every different kind of enemy, food. You can, but it's what I find clever about it is, of course, the whole, you were super strong and now you're super weak. Mm-hmm. Like they give you everything and then rip it all away. This is what you could be probably by the end of this, but now you're Zelda and you're walking around this world.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of old Zelda and new Zelda. So there's a lot of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom DNA in this game. So there's like, you can take control of things and move them around or follow them. So for instance, you're in this cave and it's like a side scrolling part. And if I take control of the moving platform above me and just hold it, now it'll like let me float across this path without being on a platform by myself.
I like that.
So then but with that logic, that means Breath of the Wild rules. So now I can like grab things in the world and make them interact with other things. So like I took control of this this enemy, like this really strong enemy with like an axe. He's super strong, but he's slow. So if you're fighting other enemies, you can let him go out there, and you got to make sure you're getting those hits off, because if you have a faster enemy, he can just hit you more often. You'll die. Or I'll take control of him. So now I'm just moving him around. So when they start attacking, I just pull him back, then I just put him up to him, and he hits him in the face with an axe.
It's like the destinkifier in TCG card.
Pretty much.
Holy shit.
So
they stole it from TCG.
They probably did. Nintendo. it's a lot of little cool shit like that. It's a lot of stuff like, hey, here's a world that seems familiar, but we're going to give you different ways to interact with it.
Hell yeah.
Remember what you did in Breath of the Wild? How you could grab things, move things, build things. You can do that on a slightly smaller scale in this game.
All right.
And that's the edge it has. Because I remember when we watched the trailer for this game, I was like, okay, I'm really going to miss a sword. And sometimes you do. But they give you a lot of clever ways to attack enemies and figure puzzles out by taking control of the environment around you.
That's cool. I like that.
So now they do have you, like I said, you find Link's sword at the end of that initial fight. Mm-hmm. And with that, you can create an echo of a Link himself. So, but you have like an energy meter and that you can level up. It gets longer and longer. So if you decide, there's a button you press, I forgot what button it is, but you can become the Echo Link. So like for a very limited time, you can be Link. So if this enemy is taking way too long, I'll be like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to drain my energy, use that. And then now I have a sword and I'm just beating his ass.
Do you have like the same abilities from the beginning of the game?
No, you just have,
sword.
You can move around, jump, and sword. And that's it. I don't have the arrows and the bombs and all that shit anymore.
I
Not
wonder
yet.
if you get it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm early on. I don't know what it becomes yet. But people are already finding ways to break it like they do with these kind of games. And it's so dope. That's one of the best things they've added to Zelda is the take advantage of your environment mechanic.
Think of what the devs didn't think of.
Right.
Which is beautiful.
There's this enemy that's like a little tornado that you can get. And if you want to get to a high plane, you can just like have him run into you and he'll throw you up in the air.
That's cool.
But somehow, like, people have used it in combination with like a platform, like a bed or a table. So you'll stand on it and have two of those enemies underneath and keep despawning and respawning it. So you can just infinitely like blow yourself up into the air. I watched that and I'm like, how the fuck did they do that? But that's what I feel like Zelda has been running on since the Breath of the Wild came out, with people just taking the game and playing and finding clever ways to break it or play it.
That's cool. I like that.
So there's a lot of that DNA in this game.
Hell yeah.
There's a little square of water you can get, like if you want to like build, like if you need to swim across something that you can't walk across, you can just like, I guess, put a couple of those in. I haven't unlocked it yet. I just saw this on YouTube, but there's a way you can cheese enemy fights. So if I just take this square of water and place it on an enemy, they just drown instantly. So you can just walk around pushing this water on people.
Jesus Christ.
But it's pretty good, and it's a pretty clever twist on familiar Zelda mechanics.
It's got to be terrifying to be an enemy in that world, and just having the queen of the land just being like, "What will I murder you with today?"
Exactly.
In this fucking book of everything.
That's the game. Is you finding you can murder people with their people. Like if I
Zelda does war crimes is the game.
It really is. Like if there's two enemies there and I kill one and echo his body, now I can kill you with your friend.
That's got to be against some sort of like treaty somewhere.
Listen, she's breaking all the rules.
God damn. That's cool though. I like that it's its own thing though. But it is funny that they gave you like that perfect moment at the beginning of like powered up Link, and then they just yank it away.
It was
from
so
you.
dope. It was just like, I want a game with this Link in it.
Honestly, it'd be cool if that's what the final boss battle is. Like you let Link out and you have to fight Ganon in tandem with Link and Zelda at the same time.
I thought something like that. I was like, I feel like I can see where this is going.
That'd be pretty, because you could transfer it back and forth between different stages of the boss fight, blah blah blah, all that jazz.
And it's these things called voids all around the world. You know how Tears of the Kingdom, they were promoting how they had like this dark zone in that game, you go underground. It's like that, but it's this game's version of that.
Okay.
So all the town, they're all being turned evil by being exposed to this void,
Which is like the purple goo that sucked in it.
Right. Yeah. So the Link in that who got pulled into the void is essentially I do have to fight him. You do find a part where there is a part where you have to fight that Link, and you have to find clever ways.
Your friend.
And then after you beat him, that's when you get the sword. And like it was funny because like Link is obviously he's made to be beaten, But in my mind, I was like, Link is way more clever than me putting tables and chairs in front of him that he can't get around fast enough.
Oh no, what will I do?
But
it's a Flurrigan from IKEA.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Just I can go on and on, but it's a lot of dope little mechanics in it. Like if your health runs out, if your health is getting low, I can call out an echo of like a bed I found and you can go to it and just rest and just lay in it in the middle of outside and your health will slowly
That's some
regenerate.
Minecraft shit right there.
I just make a bed, sleep in it, get rest.
Goddamn.
And then you can find better beds later in different houses. Like if somebody has like there's this rickety cell bed that you find when they throw you in the cell. But then you find someone's house and they had this really nice bed and I duplicated that. And so when I went to rest in that one, my energy went up way quicker.
Jesus.
By being more comfortable.
This is the Sealy Posturpedic.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's a lot of little cool shit like that. So I guess I'll keep updating the pod as I make my way through it.
Hell yeah.
I'm having a good time with it. It took getting used to. That's why I started by saying I like it. I'm still early on. But what I've experienced so far, I was like, okay, I see where it's going. I had to get out of my own way because I wanted to be like, I just want to be Link with a sword. But I see what they're trying to do.
You can every once in a while, which gets your energy up.
You can do it when you build your energy, and for 10 seconds, you could just be wailing on people with a sword.
Goddamn. That's fun, though. That's cool. I'm glad that it's good and it's not just like some throwaway game.
No. It's good. Yeah. It's competent. It's good.
Nice.
Hey, thank you for watching this video. There's more where that came from.
Yes, there is. And if you want to see a video just like the one you just watched, you can click up here for that. Or if you want a video that YouTube recommended just for your nerdy gamer person self, you can click right here on that video right there. And you can like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment on anything that you like.
All that good stuff.
All of it. And you can always remember to save before quitting.